If you clicked on this video, you probably already know who Larry Graham is. If you don't, he was the bass player for Sly and the Family Stone, and a little song called Thank You. He played the bass like this. The rest is history from there, in terms of slap bass. Before I jump into the lesson, I want to address something that I get quite a few comments on, and that's this whole thumping and plucking versus slapping and popping debacle. Thumpin and Pluckin is what Larry Graham first coined it. Slapping and popping is the more modern, common way of saying it now. It's also easier to say, in my opinion, slap and pop versus thump and pluck. Then again, maybe this is just as easy, I'm just not used to it. I don't know. Put it in the comments. What are your thoughts on the whole thump pluck slap pop situation? I'm going to get into these 4 exercises, patterns, whatever you want to call them, that are all based on stuff Larry Graham does to sort of add his style and influence into your playing today. Number 1, by far the most useful in any situation. Short, long, 1/8 notes. We're going to practice it on a G, on the low E, just thumping, or slapping, whatever you prefer. One thing to note about Larry Graham's technique, if you watch him play, he really drives his thumb through the string. This is my style right here. I play like a mix between Larry Graham and Marcus Miller. You can bounce it and it's gonna sound okay, but to really get that full, deep sound that Larry Graham gets, you gotta follow through. I don't know how well the difference comes through in the recordings, but it's really noticeable if you're playing with a group and you're just playing through your amp or through the PA. When you start digging in and following through versus bouncing, it just, you kind of come through a little bit better. The short, long comes in. We're going to just do slap 1/8 notes. We're going to do a staccato and then a long one. Staccato, normal. Staccato, normal. As soon as I hit that staccato G, I let off and I lay my other 3 fingers across it, just so it really cuts off any sound. Got a little drum beat queued up here, practice those 1/8 notes with. So we can practice with this little walk up. If you're not used to doing the staccato and the long alternating or thinking about note length much, this is probably gonna be a little challenging for you. If you think about it starting on beat 3, we got 3 and 4 and 1. G, E, F, F sharp, G. Short, long, short, long, short. 1, 2, 3, 4. This next exercise is straight from the B section, I guess, the verses of Ain't No Fun to Me. Starts off with the short, long, and 1, E, and 2. Thump, pluck, thump, thump, thump. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4. If you're new to this thumping and plucking, slapping and popping, just try muting the strings. So we'll do E string and D string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4. The next step is to add in the 1/8 notes, walking down, and then do all those 16th notes muted. And then eventually add those 2 octaves in. When you're doing it at tempo, it's kind of a combination between just muted thump plucks, slap pops, or kind of playing the notes too. Here it is with the drum beat. If you're still just playing along with muted, that's fine. I'm gonna play all the notes. Here we go. Ready, and... And there's kind of another level to this too, where he does a double thump. If you really want to focus on the thumb, because you gotta do 3 real quick ones in a row there. Back to the 8th notes. Just like that, so. Key to these quick ones is to make sure you're using your wrist and not your whole arm. So number 3 here involves this blues turnaround, where it's real common pattern where you start on E, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. I lost my train of thought there. So just that walking up, boom, 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 boom. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take each of those notes now, slap pop octaves. And if you want to keep going up straight up the E string, you can. I just like it. I like that sound better. Thump plug, thump thump plug, thump thump plug. And sometimes, a lot of times that, because it's a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. The downbeat, you always want to have it articulating the note real clearly. The uhs, you can get away with a muted note there if you need to. Here's the whole thing a little slower. So that time I added in, it's almost like a paradiddle, referring to drumming stuff, but it is very similar. Pluck, thump, thump, pluck, thump, thump. One E, a 2E, a 3E, and a 4E. What makes that groove so hard is those pops really come through with the syncopated 16th notes. The last, but certainly not least, number 4 here is gonna just be the straight up beginning of the song Pow. The reason I put this in here is because it's just got a great combination of timing, technique, rhythm, puts a lot of things together. So we got a slap, hammer on, slap, slap, or thump, thump, hammer on, thump, thump. Seriously, if you haven't put in the comments yet, I want to know your opinion on the whole slap pop versus thump pluck thing. Anyway, so it's a thump, hammer on, thump, thump on the open E. Slappin' D, 5th fret A string, hammer on to E, 7th fret A string. Slap, hammer on, slap, slap. Thump, hammer on, thump, thump. And then we have a slap, hammer on, 5/7 E string. Slap, hammer on, 5/7 A string. And in between there, there's a mute on beat 2. 1 E and a slap mute. Left hand mute. Then after this, the 2 thump hammer-ons, there's a muted thump on the A string, and then a pop or pluck, 7th fret G string, hammer on to the 9th. So here it is slow. And I'm going to add 4 notes that aren't in POW that make this little beginning like here loop perfectly. So I did a muted slap pop on the A string and the G string, and then slap hammer on the D string, 5/7. And that takes you right back to the beginning. That just turns into a little groove that you can practice, use it as a warm-up, use it as a technique builder. I'm gonna play with the metronome here, or I should say the funklet drum beat at 91. 1, 2, ready, and... This is 110 now. 1, 2, ready, and... So hopefully these 4 Larry Graham exercises inspired you to go practice, get better. And, oh yeah, by the way, this is a different bass than I had earlier in the video, for the rest of the video. About a year ago, I did a bass build. I'd ordered this bass kit called Solo Bass. And I ordered one, and I put it together, and I painted it. And I said I was going to do a giveaway back then, but I wasn't thrilled with the way the paint job turned out. But it's kind of grown on me. And plus... I'm going to give it away, so just stick around, make sure you're subscribed. I'll have the details on how you can enter to win. This bass could be yours. It's nothing fancy, but hey, it plays, it sounds pretty good. You know, it'd be great beginner bass for somebody.